Good afternoon, class. Will you tap your shoulders and say good afternoon? Good afternoon. May I ask Sam to lead us a short prayer? In the name of the Father, the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Before you take your seats, may I request you to please align your chairs and pick up the letters in your front or under your chairs. Thank you. You may now take your seats.
Good morning once again, class. As a warm-up for today, I would like to give you an activity and everybody should participate. Okay, this game is a word search puzzle. As you can see in the screen, posted here is a word search puzzle wherein from those pool of words, you are asked to find familiar and unfamiliar words inside the box. And then you will be given a 10 seconds to chat your answers to me. The first one to chat his or her correct answer will get the point. Okay, are you excited? Let's jump to our game. So here is the puzzle. Your time starts now. Time's up! Okay, let me check your answers. Yes, Melissa, the two words you found were sculpture and paintings. Let us see if Melissa got it. Great job, Melissa. You got the 2 points. Okay? So let's jump to the next word. The timer starts now. Time's up! Okay, Yes, Ben! You found the word Caravaggio. Let me see where the Caravaggio word is. There, you got it right, Ben. Okay, you're getting active, class, huh? Let's proceed to the next. Remember that you can give words or you can find words as many as you can, as long as it is found in the box. The timer starts now. Time's up! Let me check your answers. Great job, Jana! You found the words tenebrism and Bernini. You got the 2 points, Jana. Okay, we are down to the last 5 words. And the timer starts now. Time's up! Yes, Mike. The words you found are Rubens and Rembrandt. Oh, we are down to the last 3 words. Congrats, Mike. You got the 2 points. And then the timer starts again. Time's up? Yes, Leslie. The words found by Leslie were Donatello and Baroque. Good job. You got the 2 points. Now we are down to the last word. The timer starts now. Time's up. Ivy found the word Velasquez. Very good, Ivy. You got the last point. Very good, class. Now, let's do the word recall. These are the words you found from the box. Sculpture, paintings, Caravaggio, Rubens, Bernini, Tenebrism, Rembrandt, Donatello, Baroque, and lastly, Velasquez. Okay, class, those who were not called will still be given the chance for the next activity.
And now, before getting into the main topic, let's have a short guessing game. It is called Scramby Guessing. Now, I present to you this one picture. Can you distinguish this picture? Anyone at the back? Very good. It is a pearl. Thank you for your answer. How about this one? Can you guess the word? Yes? That's impressive. That is irregular shaped pearl. Now, the picture I have shown to you are the foundations of our lesson for today.
Today, as we embark to our new journey on the Baroque period, let us have first a warm-up activity. This is called Think and Flash. The mechanics of this activity is I will flash a picture on the screen for 1 minute, and you are going to list all the possible descriptions or characteristics you notice on the pictures. Is that clear? Great. If that's clear, let us now start. First picture. 1 minute starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last picture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, moments up. Let us now find out what are your listed items or characteristics. Who wants to answer first? What are the characteristics you have listed? Yes, Sam. Dramatic, very good. Next, any more else? Energetic, very good. Grounded into Catholic belief, that's nice. How about you? Oh, that's great. They are the use of diagonal lines. Later on, we are going to answer or find out if your answers are correct. But now, we are to move on to the first artist of the Baroque era.
As I have told you last meeting, you have to do some advanced reading on our today's topic. Okay, may I know everyone who have an idea on this question? What era or period does these artworks came from? Yes, Eros. Excellent. You have an idea, Eros. Thank you for that answer. Baroque was developed in Europe around the 1600s. Did you know, class, that the term Baroque was derived from the Portuguese word barroco, which means irregularly shaped pearl or stone? Kindly say it again. Irregularly shaped pearl or stone. Okay, great. Thank you. I know some of you are familiar with the image of a pearl, right? Okay. So, and also it describes a fairly complex idiom and focuses on painting, sculpture, as well as architecture. The arts of Baroque are more elaborate and fuller of emotion. Their arts were highly encouraged by Catholic Church. Are there any questions, class? Okay, I have a question. Can you remember the characteristic of the Renaissance art? Okay, they are somehow similar with Baroque arts, but then there is more exaggeration on the Baroque arts. Okay, then may I ask you, where and when does Baroque period develop? That's right, Alan. It was developed in Europe around 1600s. So, what word does Baroque came from? Yes, Leslie, that's right. It came from a Portuguese word which means? Yes, great idea, Mike. Barroco means irregularly shaped pearl or stone. Okay, in addition, Baroque was a period of artistic styles in exaggerated motion, drama, tension, and grandeur. The styles started in Rome, Italy, and spread to most of Europe. Okay, class, do you have any question?
Let's now start to embark our discussion with Michelangelo Mauricio de Caravaggio. Michelangelo Mauricio Caravaggio's educational attainment is, yes, very good, classical education. How about his address or where he came from? Yes, Lombardy, Italy. And he is married to, yes, yes, Costanza Calana. And he's born on September 29, 1571. And he died on, yes, that's great, July 18, 1610. Can you read please? Yes, Pinky. Yes, and this is a short manifestation, or this will show you the short timeline of the life of Caravaggio. In 1576, plague affected Milan, so they moved to Caravaggio. And Caravaggio is their original hometown, and that is where his name Caravaggio came from. From then, when 1584 came, he became apprentice at Senior Peterzano's art studio. And a big break came to his life. Even he is a drunk master. Even he makes fight every time, and he has a temper or anger issues. There is a big break. It was in 1599 when he was appointed to be painter of the Church of Saint Louis of the French. And it is in 1610 that he died. He died near the shore because he found something, or the people found that he killed a priest, and a diehard friend of a priest killed him on the shore, and he did not recover, and he was then found dead. Let's now move to Michelangelo Mauricio de Caravaggio's artworks. First in line, we have here Medusa. Medusa is the artwork of Michelangelo Mauricio de Caravaggio, wherein it depicts the exact moment when Perseus killed or slashed the head of Medusa. And he replaced it with his face, which depicts that his toleration of pain, his toleration of agony. Let's take that. Let's take note of that. Medusa. Always remember that Medusa is painted by various artists, and it was painted by Caravaggio in 1596. Next, we have here Bacchus. Take a look at this. Bacchus. Bacchus is Caravaggio's painting in 1596, which is a picture of or portrait of Bacchus reclining in classical platform with holding a grape and having a vine in his hair. Let's take note of that. Bacchus. Yes, Bacchus. Next artwork. We have here the fruits. This artwork of Michelangelo Mauricio de Caravaggio is one of his most famous artwork, and this is one of his first artworks that he has made. This is a depiction of a wicker basket perched on the edge of a ledge. Yes. Take note of this. Basket of fruits in 1599. The inspiration of Saint Matthew. The inspiration of Saint Matthew. Yes. This depicts Saint Matthew having an angel which whispered him to have a discipleship or not to doubt with his faith. We have the inspiration of Saint Matthew painted on 1607. And lastly, we have Madonna of the Rosary. Madonna of the Rosary is the only painting of Michelangelo Merisi Caravaggio that is considered as an altarpiece. Yes. And it is painted on 1602. You can take note of this, class, to be reminded on the coming exam. That's regarding Michelangelo. How about you?
Moving on, we have Gian Lorenzo Bernini, who was an Italian artist and the first Baroque artist. He practiced architecture, sculpture, painting, stage design, and was also a playwright. Did you know that he was also the last in the list of the dazzling universal geniuses? Yeah, among his works were the goat Amalthea with the infant Jupiter and a fawn, Damn Soul, and the Blessed Soul, which were all painted starting when he was just 8 years old. See how Gian Lorenzo Bernini possessed a skill at an early age? That's what I like from him. Okay, class, do you have any questions regarding Gian Lorenzo Bernini's arts?
Next in line will be Peter Paul Rubens. But before we will discuss his works or his artworks, we will first discuss his background information. Okay? First is Rubens studied at University of Cambridge. And he was born in Siegen, Westphalia, Germany. After that, he widowed by Isabella Bryant and married to Helena Forment. Ruben also born on June 28, 1577, but sadly, he was died on May 30, 1640. Okay, that is the brief discussion about Peter Paul Rubens' background information. Now, let's proceed of his artworks. This is the progression of the artwork of Rubens. So here is the progression of his art. In the year of 1603, the equestrian portrait of the Duke of Lerma. As you can see, there is a horse and there is a man. In this life-size painting, Francisco de Sandoval y Rojas, the first minister of Spain, is shown as chief of the Spanish armies riding a white steed. He wears half armor and carries a ruler's staff. The proud duke adorned with the scallop of the Knights of St. James around his neck, and his storybook-like horse are posed in foreground looking directly at the viewer, while the cavalry rides in battle in the far background. In Rubens' earlier works, the forms were certainly robust, but here each position emphasizes the powerful anatomy of the horse or rider, illustrating his knowledge of classical sculptures and their anatomical correctness. Great precisions were used to depict the delicates of Duke's collar, intricate gleaming armor, jewelry, bejeweled garments, and spurred boots, as well as grandeur of the horse's wavy mane, bridle intense eyes, and glossy coat. These signature Baroque elements would later make his work immortal and also included the compositional use of diagonals, muscularity, especially in the horse, and foreshortening, and also the use of strong lights against dark to bring a stately drama to the scene. Okay, next is the self-portrait with Isabella Brandt, his first wife in the honeysuckle bower. In the year of 1609, 1 year after returning from Italy, Rubens married Isabel Brandt. The couple here are in double self-portrait under a honeysuckle bower. About 30 years old, the artist presented himself dressed in chivalric elegance, while Isabella, aged 18, wears a luxurious, rich embroidered dress of heavy wine-colored tufty silk, an enormous ruff, and high-crowned hat. They pose here as a respect couple in Flemish middle-class life. Perhaps in their inner open-air country yard where Isabella planted gardens of flowers, herbs, and vegetables. Rubens designed the stone benches brought in classical bust of pedestals, Doric and Corinthian columns, statues, and small fountains. They are sitting in the shade, hand in hand, as they lean toward each outer but gaze politely toward the viewer. They are surrounded by symbols of love of marriage. The honeysuckle bushes and garden are both traditional symbols of love, while holding of right hands represents union through marriage. The gentle, conservative, and loving approach of the painting reflects the intimacy of occasion. Rubens depicted himself as calm and patient, which is verified by Roger de Pile's account in his book The Life of Rubens. He was of tall stature, of stately bearing, with a regularly shaped face, rusty cheeks, light brown hair, eyes bright, but not with restrained expression, a pleasant expression, gentle and courteous. This same balance of bright but with restrained passion and intense passion moderately by energetic control is found in this art. Here are the other examples of his artworks. The Auditorium of Magi in the year of 1621. It says here the piece remains important signifier of the times, representing the humbling of word before the church. We have also the disembarkation of Marseillaises in the year of 1625. We have also in the year of 1635 the Venus and Adonis. In the year of 1639 the Three Graces. In the Three Graces Ruben had painted his Trio several times since 1621, but here he employs the classical techniques from ancient Greece. Most likely, Ruben's wife Helen Forman posed for him to bring out the sensual beauty, but the poses were based on classical Greek sculpture. Ruben's mastery of painting flesh tones is also apparent in this trio. He used the three primary colors, which is the yellow, red, and blue, which comprises the appearance of everything in this world. We have also the return of peasants in the year of 1640. This one is inspired by Peter Bruegel, the Elder's country landscape of 16th century, but his main interest was the epic grandeur of nature rather than everyday activities of the peasant workers. And that's it. The artworks of Peter Paul Rubens.
Fourth of the most famous artists is Rembrandt Harmenzoon van Rijn. Yes, Rembrandt Harmenzoon van Rijn, as you pronounce. He was a brilliant Dutch realist, painter, and etcher. He was generally considered as one of the greatest painters and printmakers in European art. See? Okay, what seems to be very interesting with Rembrandt is his ability to subject spiritual values and religious subject even if he has no faith. Imagine he has no faith, but his ability to subject spiritual values and religious subject makes him very interesting artist. Okay, no artist has painted himself as often as Rembrandt did. And also, Rembrandt has produced over 600 paintings, nearly 400 etchings, and 2,000 drawings. Imagine how wide his imaginary with things like this, class. What a very brilliant artist. Okay, class, are you familiar with the Night Watch painting? That is one of his most famous artworks. The Return of the Prodigal Son, The Jewish Bride, and The Anatomy class of Dr. Nicolas Stulp were his well-known artworks too. Okay, do you have any questions with Rembrandt? Okay.
Let's now move on to Diego Velázquez. Diego Velázquez studied under Francisco Herrera the Elder, and he is from Seville, Spain. He is married to Juan Pacheco, and he is born on June 6, 1599, and died on August 6, 1660. He worked on Francisco Pacheco's School of Arts from 1610 to 1616 as an apprentice in Seville, Spain. And from that, he met his love of his life. And he is none other than Juana Pacheco, the daughter of Francisco Pacheco. And Francisco Pacheco noted on one of his books as a memoir of various artists like Diego Velázquez that he made his daughter marry Diego Velázquez because of his determination, his talent, of course, and he is a loving and very generous person. And he wants that kind or that characteristic of person to marry his daughter. Now, let us now move on how Diego Velázquez obtained his royal patronage. But, by the way, what is royal patronage? Royal patronage is the position in the society back then in the West, where you are to paint, or you are the only person to paint the royal family, and that is a great pleasure to them, to the artists back then in the West. It is said that, can you read? Yes. Okay, that's right. It is said that only Diego Velasquez is the artist that is able to paint by portray to paint or to portray the king, and it is promised by the king, because that is how Diego Velasquez great is. But there is an issue that Diego Velasquez can paint person's head, but it is not true, because one of the most realistic paintings or portraits of King Philip IV was made by Diego Velázquez. Let us now move on to Diego Velázquez artworks. I have here flashcards. And first of this artwork is Saint Thomas. Do you know that Saint Thomas is called the doubter, Thomas the doubter, because he doubts that Jesus would resurrect on the third day. And by then, he just believed when he saw the scars, or the crucifixion wounds of Jesus. And it is painted on 1620. Saint Thomas on 1620. Next we have here Philip IV in armor. This is the painting that first painted by Diego Velázquez when he became official member of the royal patronage, and it is painted on 1620. Philip in armor. Next, we have Mars resting. Do you know who Mars is? Mars is the, yes, god of war. Very good. And he is son of Jupiter and Juno. Jupiter is the god of, that's great, thunder and the sky. And he is also called as the god of all gods. This is Mars resting, and it is painted on the year 1640 by Diego Velázquez. Next, we now move on to Diego Velázquez Aesop. Do you know who Aesop is? Yes, Aesop is a fabulist, and he is a famous storyteller, and it is painted by other artists too. But Diego Velázquez Aesop is considered as the most realistic portrait of Aesop. Yes, because it portrays, or it reflects the real situations of peasants in the Baroque period. We have here Aesop, painted on the same year as Mars resting in 1640. And lastly, we have Las Meninas. Las Meninas is the most famous artwork of Diego Velázquez, and this is the most controversial too. Why? Because Las Meninas is somehow questioned, because there are some characters on the artworks, or some objects on the artworks, that does not fit on the viewer's eye, but just fits on the painter's eye, which is Diego Velázquez. As you scan the picture, yes, as you scan the picture, there are different viewpoints, or they are painted in different perspectives. understood in different perspective, and we need to respect that. And even different perspectives of life can be beautiful too. Just like Diego Velázquez, Las Meninas. And Las Meninas is painted on 1656, and Las Meninas is derived from the word maids of honor, or it means maids of honor, rather. We have Las Meninas. Okay, let's have a short review on the artworks of Diego. This is called Great Las Meninas. How about this? Aesop. Very good. This. Saint Thomas. How about this? Uh-huh. This is Philip the Fourth in armor. And this is of course Mars Presby. That's great. We have questions, class. So far, don't have any questions about Caravaggio, about Diego, about their artworks, their lives. If that's so, let us now move to the characteristics of Baroque arts. Let us now check if your observations are correct. Who can give one of the characteristics? Yes? Very good. It is grounded on Catholic belief. That's why you can see many subjects or many artworks which are based on the Testament of the Bible. Okay. Next we have here extreme use of diagonal lines. Extreme use of diagonal lines shows movement. It shows that human subjects on the paintings are not steady. They are not stiff. They are moving, especially on the sculptures. Next, we have here dramatic. Dramatic is because, why do you think so? Why? What did you notice on the artworks that made it dramatic? Yes? Okay, that's great. Very nice point. That is shown in their facial expressions. Very nice, very good. That is shown in their facial expressions, especially on the paintings. And of course in the sculpture, but especially on the paintings. On the paintings, we have just like Medusa, the expression of Caravaggio's face on the Medusa, right? On Bernini's sculpture, just like that. It's very, very realistic. It's like it's happening. That's it. It's like it really exists. But it's not living, but it exists. Dramatic. Next we have expresses everyday life. Expresses everyday life shows when subjects depicts or portrays the everyday or natural lives of people back then. Just like one of Diego's artworks, old women frying egg. Okay, just like Rembrandt's etchings. Some are cooking, some are doing things in the farm, some are having bath. That is everyday life. Next we have extreme use of light, and that is called tenebrism. Especially on Caravaggio's arts, tenebrism is the act of joining or fusing the darkness and the light to create a realistic or to create a spotlight effect on the artwork. That is to focus on the artwork. And we have here energetic. Energetic because, why do you think artworks of the Baroque period are energetic? Because, yes? Okay, very good. Because just like dramatic, they have these strong facial expressions. They depict life. That's why they are energetic. It's like they are moving. It's like they are real. They are living. Energetic. Let's recap on that. We have grounded into family belief, energetic, extreme use of life, which is called panobrism, very good, expresses everyday life, dramatic, and extreme use of diagonal lines. Do you have any questions with regards to characteristics of the Baroque arts class? Do you have any questions?
Okay, since it seems clear to you, let's have a short blast of activity. Get a clean bond paper and anything coloring materials, including pencil. Now, you are going to draw a subject that is inspired by the Baroque period. Make sure that the artwork features the characteristic of Baroque period. This activity is good only for 30 minutes. After finishing this activity, you are going to put your artwork inside the box. Here's the box. Yan. And you are going to share to the class the reason behind why did you choose that subject and what characteristics of Baroque arts are involved. Okay. Before that, I will going to show to you the rubrics of the application. We have here the elements of the design, the creativity, effort, skill, and responsiveness. Okay, class. Are these instructions clear to you? Okay, very good. Okay, let's start. Okay, time is up. You can now put your artworks here inside the box, and you will going to share your artwork and your thoughts in front of the class. Who will be the first one to share? Yes. Okay. Your artworks and your thoughts are very impressive. Okay, class, please let the artist inside of you will develop and prosper. Now, class, let's check what you have learned in our discussion by taking the evaluation below.
If that's so, let us have our short evaluation. If you don't have questions, that leads us to evaluation. Yes. You need to answer these sets of questions in 10 minutes. This is just short. It is a 5-item multiple choice and 5-item matching type test. Get one and pass. Are you done? Yes. 10 minutes is almost done. You need to finalize your answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I am now collecting the papers and I would be recording the scores later. Now, get your notebooks and let us have our assignment. But before having our assignment, let us have the very gist of our discussion for today. What is Baroque? Baroque. Where does Baroque word came from? Yes? Yes. It is Barocco, which means irregularly shaped curve. Very good. Let us now move on to your assignment. Get your notebooks and write your assignment. Are you done? meet us tomorrow on the same scheduled time. Okay. Let us now end our discussion with Aristotle's quote, which he said that the root of education is bitter, but the fruit is sweet. Study hard and thank you for listening.
Okay, class, for your assignment, you go over the internet and list 5 artworks of each of the Baroque artists that have been discussed a while back. You can pause and see the details of your assignment in our Google Classroom. Okay, do you have any clarifications, class? Do you have any questions? Okay, if none, then thank you, class, and let's call it a day.